Yes, yes, we have vaccinated.
अरे
No.
अरे वाह
What
Very
about you?
good.
Yeah,
Sorry to
very
interrupt.
speechy peach.
Karlette,
Huh?
you manage both the devices now?
Yeah, the other one is not working properly, so I'll log in from my iPad. You can hear me, na? Here?
Yes. The only thing is if you can keep your the device steady and adjust yourself in the center of the screen.
Wait, huh? Abhi? This iPad ka camera na is on the side. Abhi?
ठीक.
Stop getting too technical, yaar.
You want to do any tech check? If this is okay. Karlette, this is okay?
Ah, sorry. You're talking to me?
Yes, yes. This is fine. Okay?
Yeah, you can hear me, na?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Huh.
Janice, is she all right?
Yes.
Okay.
Try turning.
Anybody else coming in wants to say something? Jai Baba, Yasmin Haradwala.
Jai Baba Sambhai.
Arey wow, Biko. Your phone says Rati Setna, so I'm wondering ke Rati no awaaj evo kevo thai gyo.
Jai Baba Sam Uncle.
Jai Baba, darling, how are you?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jai Baba.
How is your daughter, Mrs.
She's
Setna?
also fine. Yeah, she's also fine. Ready for delivery now. Due આવી ગયું નજદીક.
Oh, wow. Very good. They didn't waste any time, did they? Very good.
Yeah.
हाँ, चलो मजानो. बाबा
Thank you.
बाबा करे सब ठीक हो जाएगा. जल्दी जल्दी आ जाए एक चैंपियन बाबा लवर.
जरूर. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Baba. Biku said?
हाँ जी, है. Biko?
कहीं नहीं.
हाँ जी बोलो.
Are you all set to become a grandfather, Kesu?
हाँ, grandfather.
हाँ, तैयार?
Yes sir, very much ready.
Very good. પેલું બધું પ્રેક્ટિસ કરી લેજે બધા નેપીસ ચેન્જ કરવા ને this and that ને બધું. Now things have changed. हाँ. Get on with all the બધું modern knowledge લઈ લેજે બરાબર.
Yes sir. Thank you sir. Jai Baba sir.
Jai Meher Baba, Jai.
Sam, good evening, Sam. Good evening.
Good evening, Jamshed ji. Jai Baba sir.
Jai Baba, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba ji.
Okay, we've got just about another minute to go. If anybody wants to say something, say it now or hold your peace forever. Karlette, why are you laughing? This is not a matrimonial court here. Arey Baba. Archana आई क्या Archana? Okay. Time. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Beloved Baba, please come and join us for this evening's meeting. We quite desperately need your attendance. Come and be with us and let us all drown in the pool of your love. Thank you. May we start with the meeting? I would like to call Mayor Daruwala to recite the prayer, please.
Jai Baba.
Jai Mayor.
Beloved God, help us all. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more and more and more and still yet more till we become worthy of union with you, and help us all to hold fast to Baba's Daman till the very end. Avatar Mer Baba ki jai. Avatar Mer Baba ki jai. Avatar Mer Baba ki jai.
Thank you, Mayor.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Now we get on with today's program. Before we start, there is an announcement to be made. There's a lady called Maltibai Khade, who is the wife of Sriram Khade. Both were our regulars at our Bombay center once upon a time. Of course, they haven't been able to, of course, Mr. Khade has passed over, and yesterday his wife also passed over to, gone back to Baba. She used to come with us on our bus trips to Mehrabad, a fine lady, and let us hope and pray to Baba to keep his nazar on her soul. So, as a mark of respect, we keep silence, observe silence for a minute, please. Thank you. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Thank you, Baba. Okay, to start off now, I can see a young lady raring to go. Her name is Karlette Joseph. She is an HR manager for a financial company based at Mumbai. So if you need a job or if you need money, either of the two, you can please call on her, because she can arrange a job as well as being in the finance, arrange for finance also. Anyway, jokes aside, she was referred to in the last meeting because the gentleman who spoke in the last meeting was introduced to Baba through her. So we thought, okay, might as well go to the root of it and pick the one who was the fellow's guru kind of thing. So we have invited her and she has gladly accepted our invitation, and she's got a whole lot of stories to narrate. So without wasting any more time, Karlette, all yours. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Jai Baba. Thank you, Sam Uncle. Thank you, Pavan, also for the introduction last week on telling them who sent you to Hyderabad. Yeah. So thank you. I want to. I thought I'll cover a few points that could be relevant. So there was one is what do I feel from my experience? Who is Baba? What is Baba? And then what are my thoughts on how I feel about Mehrabad and Samadhi, and my journey since the last, I should say, 11 years, because the first time I got to know about Baba was in 2009. You can hear me now, Sam Uncle?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I thought I'll cover these three and then tell you all about some amusing stories. So what I feel about Baba is he's much more than what words, can explain. Uh, some say God, some say ancient one, some say silent master. But I think for me, he's been a very close friend, a very close companion. He's always been there constantly. I think it took me a good 2 years to recognize the fact that he's not going anywhere. As in, it started off as Baba's constant presence, which I was kind of shooing away, like I don't know what's happening, but this seems to be a bit spooky for me, so I tried to, ignore it. And then after around 2 years, I started accepting, okay, uh, more than us being reminded to remember him, he kind of keeps giving you constant supply to remember him. So it's vice versa. When I forget, like in my busyness, if I forget him, he'll constantly remind me to remember him. And there are a lot of small things, like he used to do a lot of masti on my phone during office time, and people would walk up to my desk and say, "Who's this man's photo on your phone?" And I would be, it's like every time I I had to explain about him. So it kept getting more and more amusing. Like people say God, ancient God, spiritual master, things like that. But it started getting more and more amusing when random clients would see my phone and they'll say, "Who's this man? Is he your boyfriend?" Or sometimes somebody would come and ask me, "Who's this person? Is he your father?" It started getting more and more amusing. And very recently, one of my sister's friends in Malaysia also commented at a gathering that, Karlette's father has a strange mustache. And so it's been quite amusing that even people who know us since a few years kind of get confused who Baba is. They keep mixing him up, and it's quite a funny journey. But to me, I think Baba is all sorts of things. He's best friend, person who I go and tell my secrets to. I think even thoughts that I don't tell anybody, even those are, he knows my innermost thoughts before I even say it out loud. So it's it's a very close companionship, I think, over the years. What are my thoughts? Also, he's quite a strict teacher in terms of, I think when I began my journey in 2009, I did not really take it as seriously as I do today. Like I think nowadays in the more situations I'm in, the learning aspect of Baba's being very present and always trying to teach me, uh, like very important lessons through these situations, not being attached to things, the fact that who is in control of situations, because he quite gladly reminds me on a regular basis when I feel that I'm in control. He will pop in and give you a little reminder that, hello, it's not you. So this has been happening quite frequently. And I think the lessons have been getting tougher, but thanks to his grace, the learning has also been uh, smoother. So it's like earlier, I think I would resist a lot of these things, whereas now I'm just like, okay, Baba's doing his masti, something he wants to teach me. So I'll just generally sit down and talk to him and say, okay, this is the situation you put me in. So now what do you want me to learn from this? And quite automatically, he'll very clearly say, what is the learning? And the moment that learning has taken place, or that awareness of why this is happening, the situation just kind of passes away. However drastic it is, I have seen him remove people from the like, say I'm in a situation which is quite aggravated. Very quickly, the moment the lesson is learned, he will quickly, get that person, either the person or the situation, out of the way, and then it's a smooth thing. So these lessons are getting more and more frequent. The lessons are getting more and more heavy duty, but at the same time, with his grace, the ability to learn and grow from there, like learning and development, like they say in HR, is quite fast as well. So I quite appreciate the fact that I think in 2009, when I started this journey, I was not so aware of it, but now he's quite obviously making it very aware, making me very aware. So I appreciate that a lot. How I feel about Samadhi. It's been quite a strange journey from when I started, because when I reached Samadhi, I went to Samadhi the first time being very skeptical. I didn't really believe in, you know, all of it. I went there mainly to prove to myself that, yeah, this is, something I don't believe in, and to kind of see with my own eyes that, to kind of prove to myself, to my analytical mind, that this is not real, and this is, just people are trying to brainwash me and things like that. And then when I fast forward to now, Samadhi is a completely, Mehrabad and Samadhi have a very completely different place in my heart. There's this joke online where people say, Atma ko Paramatma se milana hai, then you put your finger in the main electrical socket, you'll immediately reach Atma to Paramatma. So that's how I feel about Samadhi, that it's kind of like the powerhouse that Baba has built with such precision, and over years of having that built in a specific shape and a specific size, him having done so many years of seclusion, and all his planning and execution, it's kind of such a powerhouse that when you go there, I now feel that I go there, I recharge my batteries and come back. And every time my battery is drained again, I go there, recharge my battery and come back. So for me, putting my head on Samadhi or visiting Lower Mehrabad, Baba's the room, Mandli Hall, Mehrazad, Mandli Hall, all these places, it's like it's not just a photograph you see when you sit alone in Samadhi, or you sit alone at Mehrazad Mandli Hall. These are places where you can really feel his presence. So I think my feelings towards when I began this journey, how I felt about Samadhi and all these historical sites was very theoretical, or very like visiting, tourist spot. But then now when I go there, it's a very different experience. Like I would go there when, there's too much external chaos going on, and I need to have some one-to-one selfish time with Baba. I normally tend to visit there. I prefer going to Mehrabad and Mehrazad and Samadhi. I prefer, as far as possible, to go by myself to be able to spend selfish one-to-one time with Baba. That's how I feel. And general thoughts about my journey from 2009 till now. I think this has been one of, I would say, like a roller coaster ride, an enjoyable one. There have been a number of ups and downs, but I think metaphorically speaking, I consider Baba like a master chef. So, like if Baba's considered a master chef and he's cooking some say khichdi, for example, when I began my journey, I hadn't even realized what was going on. But now I see different phases through the journey. Sometimes you are part of the ingredients of Baba's khichdi. Sometimes you're in the vessel that Baba is stirring the pot. And sometimes you have to wait till Baba's khichdi is ready for you. So there are different phases, I think, through my journey. And it's not like it's one after the other. You sometimes realize that you're in a situation where you're just a puppet, and the actual play is going on, and you're just part of this play that Baba has arranged. Because a number of times you realize that just by living your life normally, a number of people look at you the way you're living your life, or look at you posting stuff online, or say, for example, my friend Pavan. I hadn't even realized that I had any effect on, his whole going to Mehrabad. I used to just pakao him generally, as I do most of my friends about Baba. And I seem to have been a little ingredient in that Baba's khichdi. And it's been a very interesting journey. Right now, I think I've become more aware of the fact that, and accepting the fact that you're not in control. This is just uh, an illusion, an enjoyable illusion, and it's nice to live this life, but also at the same time learn more and more, because I've been finding it very interesting reading little snippets of God Speak these days on my own. I enjoy my one-to-one time with Baba. So I think over the years, from having had God Speak just lying on my bedside table and staring at it, to actually, thanks to COVID, now reaching a point where I try to read little, even if it makes sense or doesn't make sense. But I feel that if Baba's taken so much of effort to spell out each word on his alphabet board, and have so much of effort taken to get these books for humanity, so thoda to effort I should take after my working day, or generally to read a little bit. It may take me a few years to finish, but at least I feel that if he's taken so much of effort, then thoda to I should also take effort. So that's where I'm at right now, from moving, from 2009, when I just got to know about Baba, right up till now. I attended a few sevas also in between, which changed a whole lot for me. I think earlier I was skeptical about Baba, then I kind of accepted, okay, he's real and not some imaginary friend I have. And then it moved to me going to sevas and becoming an absolutely shameless Baba follower, to now where I just have mellowed down, and I prefer to have my one-to-one time with Baba and chit-chatting with him, learning more, reading more, uh, trying to increase my knowledge level a little bit from what all he's left behind for us. So that's where I stand today. And a few stories. You all can hear me, no?
Yes, go ahead.
Huh. All are so quiet. So a few stories. I think I've listed a number of stories, but I think one of the very significant changing moments for me during this Baba process, very early on, the first time I got to know about Baba was through Farzeen. So I had gone to study Reiki with Farzeen. I had never heard the word. This was in 2009. I had never even heard the word before that, Meher Baba. And I remember in the attunement room, it was just Farzeen and me, and there was no one else in the room. She had closed the door, and I was sitting on this chair, and Farzeen was standing behind me, and Farzeen's hand was on my head. So I know that there was no one else in the room. And the moment I closed my eyes, I felt someone standing right on my right hand side behind me in full white clothes with open hair. This was like, the young Baba in the Sadra wala, that kind. And I had never seen him, neither had I ever heard his name before. And this was in the middle of a workshop. So there was like not much conversation about him either. And all of a sudden I felt, you know how when somebody stands very close to you, you can feel like someone standing there. And when I opened my eyes, I turned around and saw there was nobody. But I remember seeing this person so clearly that I was kind of, my mind kind of got confused that, okay, this is strange. You know, what's happening? I don't know. So I told Farzeen about it that, I didn't hear the door open or close. And I know Somit was not at home. So I definitely saw someone and I definitely felt something. And she just was like very casual about it, like that. And we went along. After that, 2 or 3 times, I had a number of dreams where they were very vivid dreams and very long, like, long, lengthy story type of dreams. And they had such an effect on me. And at that time, I saw Baba very close, like up close. And when I woke up, I think that entire day, and even now, when I think about that dream, I feel like that was very real, and this is dream. Like that dream was extremely real, and it has such an effect on me that I continuously think about that dream. There was a lot of conversation that happened in the dream, a lot of questions, some like messages and things like that. And I till date don't completely understand what those messages were. I'm sure at some point Baba will explain them, but they were extremely vivid dreams, and they were so real that I always feel that that was real and this is fake. And that all those moments that led up to these different slowly these periods of time kind of made me wonder, okay, what's happening? Uh, am I getting schizophrenia? Am I getting some mental illness? Things like that. And slowly I got to know about him. Fazleen told me about him. She showed me pictures then, and I could relate to, okay, this is who I saw. This is, the old Baba, the young Baba. This is where I saw him. This is what I saw in my dream. And then she told me about, why don't you go to Mehrabad? And I was very hesitant because my family is Catholic, and I've born and brought up quite uh, strongly Catholic, and there's nowhere that I came across, throughout my life. I had so many Parsi friends and all that, but I never knew about any Meher Baba. The first time I came across him was through this, after going to Fazeen's house and seeing these dreams and things like that. And Fazeen kept telling me, go to Mehrabad. And I was like, no, I'm not going. It must be some place that will brainwash me or something. And the more I kept saying, no, I'm not going, the more strongly that urge from inside was there that I should go and at least see and clear my doubt that it is something that I don't want to be a part of. And repeatedly, I used to have Baba popping up in my head saying, come for chai, come for chai. And I used to be like, okay, this is very strange. But anyway, so one day I did decide I'm going to go. And Fazeen used to tell me, come with me. Like, we come in my car and we will all go together. And I used to be like, I'm not going with you. I don't want to be like brainwashed or something. I want to go on my own and analytically see that, this is all something I don't want to be a part of. Anyway, fast forward, ultimately I went there alone. I really liked it. And I had reached bang on at MPR at 3:55, 40. And I had tea, then I went to Samadhi. At that time, I did not know about Aarti time and things like that. I went to Samadhi, spent a good amount of time there, went back home. And then I said, okay, there's something there that I need to explore more. So this was the early visit. Then I went to 2013. I decided to go for Sevas, and I went there kind of, very doubtful about what I'm getting into. And my biggest problem, this was a very funny story. My biggest issue at that time was that Sevas is completely vegetarian. And I was a hardcore non-vegetarian. So for me, it was like, okay, 7 days I have to stay there and, not eat any non-veg. It's quite a ridiculous thing. And I was the person who in office, I would make fun of all my friends who ate vegetarian food. I used to say, all are like goats eating vegetarian food and ghas fus kharo. And then fast forward to me going to Sevas, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm not going to get any non-veg food there. So I decided on my way to Sevas, it's the you had to register by 3:30 in the afternoon. So on the way going to Sevas, on the highway there is that Anuraj hotel on the left hand side. When you turn from the highway, you turn right to go to Hyderabad. So I decided, chalo, last shot, I will stop at this Anuraj hotel. At that time, Anuraj was non-vegetarian. Now that Anuraj hotel is restaurant is vegetarian. But the joke is, so I went there and I decided to order 3-4 non-veg things, and I ate happily. And then I said, okay, now I can do this for next 7 days. I'm going to go to Sevas and I can do this vegetarianism for 7 days. So I ate nicely. I went, registered for Sevas. And when you register for Sevas, they make you wait for until all the Sevasis come and register and pay the fees and things like that. While I was waiting, after I finished registering, I was feeling something funny in my mouth. Like I was feeling like there's a lot of air passing through my mouth. I was thinking very strange feeling. I've never had this crazy feeling in my mouth. So I ignored it. Then I went, after the registration was over, I went to the washroom and I looked at my mouth and I saw that 2 of my teeth were missing. And this has never happened to me before, that my teeth are crumbly or anything of the sort. So I was like, how did my teeth were there like just 1 hour ago? Where the hell did my teeth go? And these were 2 of my, the molar teeth. So my teeth are missing, and this is the start of day 1. And registration is over, and throughout the time I'm thinking, oh my God, my teeth are missing. They're just not there. It's just like a gap in my mouth. And by the time Sevas had started and they had this, sing-song session, and then, they introduced all the counselors. And during that session, Rakhi, who was the coordinator at the time, she told us that, yeah, there are 2 doctors also on the premises. If there is any medical emergency, you can approach the doctors. So I was like, okay, chalo, here in the middle of nowhere, I may not, if something happens and I am in pain or something for the next 7 days, at least I'll take some protein or something from these doctors and chalao these 7 days. But I was in like total shock that I couldn't feel anything. It was not paining or anything. It was just like a gap and there were 2 missing teeth. And 7 days just passed by because Sevas goes through very fast. It's super busy, there's a lot of activities going on. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Throughout the 7 days, I didn't even think that I did not have non-veg, or I didn't even think that what was I eating or anything. It was just an awesome experience. And after Sevas, when I went back to Mumbai, I went to my dentist, and then I showed him that, look at my teeth. He, like, with the dentist, they have this little thing. He did tuck, 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 tuck. He said, I can't believe it. Like, your teeth are just not there. And there's no, like, you're not in pain. He kept whacking my teeth to check, like, are you in any pain? I said, I can't feel anything. Like, there's no feeling at all. It's just like, there are no 2 teeth missing. And then after that, he had to go and do root canal, and we had to get 2 implants done. And it took, I think, a good 3 or 4 months of dentistry work to get that in order. But it was just amazing that it didn't pain. My teeth were missing, God only knows how. And I never had this problem before of, crumbling of teeth or any of this sort. But the 3 to 4 months of dentistry work was super painful, like excruciating pain. I couldn't believe. And then after that, I realized that when I came back from Sevas, whenever I was at home, I just didn't feel the urge to eat non-veg. And it's like it just vanished. And I used to keep thinking, okay, this is some phase, like after 1 week, I'll feel like eating. But it just didn't come back for quite a few years. And I used to keep telling Baba, ki whenever you feel I'm ready to eat, is okay. Like I don't have any problem with it. When you feel it's okay for me to eat, I'll eat. At the moment, I don't feel like eating, so I'm not eating. And this went on for a good, I think I started eating only in 2000. This was from 2013 to maybe 2018. I just didn't, that desire itself to eat non-veg just kind of vanished. And it's not something that I took some effort to do or that I consciously made a decision or, I don't know what was happening, but it just kind of went away. And then it came back after a few years, but this was my experience that happened at Savas. First of all, the funny teeth story, me eating up my own teeth. And then after Savas, I think it was in 2015, February. I was working with this company throughout this period while I was at Savas and all of these years. I was working with this financial company, and I think it was around 2015. I finished almost 7 years with this particular company, and it was, I think, around January or December of that 2014 December, 2015 January. Around that time, I remember now on the floor, like when we were sitting in office, there was a number of times when we were joking. I would joke saying, I wish I had somebody gave me money where I did not have to work, and I just got money like that only, and I didn't have to work. Essay, I will relax, do my art and things like that. And I used to keep saying this and jokingly, and right away in, I think it was February, Jan and February, suddenly one day we had HR coming from, our head office. They flew in and they selected 5 employees, out of which I was one of them. And I was the oldest employee at the time. I had worked for 7.5 years there. They selected a number of employees that day, and they asked all of them to leave there and then. Like, imagine you're working for a company for 7.5 years. You set up their branch office. You, work for. You're the first employee they ever had, and all of a sudden they tell you, like, okay, now take your stuff and leave. And I was in such a shock. And at the same time, while this is going on, I'm sitting in the room where they're telling me this news, and I felt such joy. Like, they're telling me this bad news, and for the first time, I was thinking, wow, if these guys didn't ask me to leave, I would have been sitting here only till my retirement. These are the thoughts that were coming in my head when they're telling me, now you leave. And then I went and thanked everybody in the office. I felt such a tremendous amount of joy. And they even paid me. So they asked us to leave, and then they gave us salary for 3 months, no, 3 to 4 months. And they said, you can leave immediately. And when I reached home, I was thinking, my God, this Baba really like hears what you say. I was saying, I want to be paid for doing nothing. And right enough, he like arranged for that also in a very strange way. But I think it took me around 2 months or so. I kept applying to places and things like that. During this 2 months that I was jobless, unemployed, a friend of mine from Pune, who knew me, she was a mentor, an art mentor also of mine. She went and she didn't know about my having lost my job or anything. She went to some art gallery and signed my name up there, saying that I would have an art exhibition there. Like, they were allowing emerging artists to have an exhibition at this gallery. And because she walked in and she saw this, that they were allowing emerging artists, and she knew that I had a lot of art with me, she went and put my name there randomly with some random date for April. And she then called me saying, chalo, get your art stuff ready. and we are going to have an exhibition. Everything that needs to be organized, I will organize. You just bring your art and come here. And I was thinking, from so many years, I had produced art and kept in my house and not done anything about it. And Baba arranged for me, having my job, having me removed from my job, being paid for the period that I'm unemployed, organized a art exhibition, and the art exhibition also, the hall, the gallery, they were very anti. They did not want anything called God or anything like they did not want specific words mentioned on any of the material or any of the titles of the artwork. And I remember one of my pieces of art had this 101 names of God. It's this a prayer, the 101 names of God. So one of my pieces of art had this 101 names of God. And I remember the name, the title on the display was 101 names of God. And they made me change it. They said, you just keep it as 101 names, remove the word God. So I said, okay, chalega, like whatever. So that was what I did. And the art exhibition, before the art exhibition, a month before, so I was preparing for this art exhibition, getting the stuff framed and things like that. I got a call from a recruiter saying there is a company in Mumbai. That's the job I'm currently working at now. There's a company in Mumbai who wants, an HR admin sort of person. Can you go and interview with them? So I did these telephonic interviews and things like that. And samne se they asked me what is your expectation in salary? So I told the recruiter, whatever I was getting in the last company, I want that much is sufficient. Like same thing also they give me, it's okay. I will join and I can join immediately. Only thing I needed time for this art exhibition. So I said I'll join after my art exhibition. So all this conversation is going on and my art exhibition planning is going on simultaneously. And the recruiter calls me back saying, they have a budget for more. Can you ask for more money? I said, but maybe, they may feel bad that I'm unemployed and, I'm asking for more money. They said, no, ask for 2 lakhs more. So when the boss called me to ask me how much money I want, I said 2 lakhs. So whatever I was getting from the previous company plus 2 lakhs more. So, and they accepted. So I was thinking, what a strange thing. Like, what is Baba doing? He first of all gets me out of that job, organizes my art exhibition where I had not even planned to do anything about my art. I was just keeping it at home. And then the moment my art exhibition gets over, 1 week later, I'm joining this new job, which is paying me more. And I'm still here at this company. And I think this is currently I feel this is like the best opportunity of learning, growth. I don't think I would have had this kind of an experience if I was still at the old place. I've learned so much in the last 6 years that I've been here. So I just feel that I don't know how Baba does it, but his planning and execution is so pre-planned and so well thought of that all the puppets are in place, all the actors are in place, everything is so executed in time that sometimes I feel like the choices I make for myself are not may not be the right choice or may not be good enough as a choice, but Baba's choices are way better. The choices that he makes for me are way better than what I would have ever imagined. Like I couldn't have imagined the work I'm doing today. 6 years ago, I didn't even have that caliber, or whether it was the skill set for the caliber, even the art, the level of art that I do today. I don't think that would have been possible if I was stuck in that mindset, So I think he keeps pushing to go forward and do more and learn more. So I think this is my all these mini stories. I hope I did not put you on the sleep.
Thank you, Karlette.
Jai Baba.
A lot, Jai Baba. Couple of things I learned from your talk. If anybody wants to have their teeth removed, they should visit Anurag restaurant.
So strange. It's like the strangest thing that ever happened.
I have never heard anything like this before. Never, ever.
Yeah. My dentist was so shocked because he had never seen someone with two missing teeth and in no pain.
Ah, yeah. Ah, what can I say? I don't know. It's not very common knowledge, but it's a fact that Baba had no teeth.
Really?
Yes. And the reason was that during his coming down, that consciousness thing, where he kept banging his head on that stone, that is where he lost most of his teeth. Because
Oh.
yeah, he kept banging against the wall, against that stone, and he lost all his teeth there. This I got to know because it may sound funny, but it's not funny. When somebody in the Mandli hall at Merazad asked Eraj what was Meher Baba's favorite toothpaste, and Eraj promptly said it was Four Hands. Four Hands was an old brand which is good for the gums because there were no teeth. It was just gums. So Baba used that
Yeah.
paste just for the gums. But how beautifully and mastermindedly it was disguised. I mean, until you really mention, people would not know that he didn't have teeth. You see? And of course, his most favorite food was dal and rice, which was soft, so he could eat it properly and stuff like that. So that's. Anybody wants to ask any questions to Karlette Joseph, please go ahead. Okay. So, lady, you are let off very lightly. No, no more questions. No more.
People had pity for my toothlessness.
Questions, but thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
वो डेंटिस्ट का फोन नंबर दे के रखना.
हाँ.
Baba has his own amazing ways of doing things. Our next speaker, guest, whatever we call them, is going to be a chef. And Karlette in her talk mentioned about Baba being a chef and making a khichdi. And so this is how Baba introduces this other gentleman who's going to come around. His name is Daniel Peach. He is from Atlanta. Hello? Yes?
Yes, you're audible.
He is from Atlanta, Georgia. In the USA. He is with this restaurant called Chai Pani. Chai Pani is a very funny term in Mumbai because when we give small bribes to cops and municipal employees, Chai Pani de do sab, Chai Pani de do. So that is what this man does for a living. He is all of 32 years old. He speaks fluent Hindi. And today he is going to end the program by singing Marathi Aarti. Would you believe it? A Caucasian, American, Hindi mein bhasan, Marathi mein Aarti. This is what Baba meant when he had this East-West gatherings. This is my feeling. Ke Meher Baba brought us all together. And now when we go to Mehrabad, at least I never distinguish between Indian and American and African and Australian and this and that, because we are all one. We all have our own common Father, the Eternal Father, Meher Baba, and that's it. Daniel has attended a lot of services, but besides that, the few times that I have seen him at MPR, he's always surrounded with gopis, you know, and because he's 32 years and young and handsome and good looking and etc., etc., etc. So, abhi wo sharma gaya. But now, without wasting much of time, I would. The restaurant that he works at is owned by Merwan, who is the son of Dara and Amrit. I guess most of us know who Dara and Amrit are. And their son has this restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. Of course, if you are ever in the vicinity or you decide to go to USA and you want some chai pani, you're welcome to go there. I would like Daniel to start with his talk in mixed Hindi and English, and to commence his talk with how he came to Baba, etc., etc. Before that, there are just two things I want to briefly state. And one is that there has been complaint about people not sitting appropriately for this meeting. In the sense, people have been lounging around, some people scratch, some people do this, that, and the other. And in spite of me loving to see all the faces, I've been forced to get all the videos switched off because the others who complained found it very disturbing. The one sentence that I would like to tell every one of us, this is not just a virtual meeting. Meher Baba is present all around here, and we should behave in a manner befitting sitting in front of the Lord. And that is what I feel. Janice, could you? Yeah, thank you. Okay, that is number one. Number two, I just want your opinions in the chat column. We're thinking of having a group, Thursday evening group or whatever you call it, so that we can get some feedback. We can get people who want to volunteer to speak next time, this, that, all kinds of information relating mainly to this thing, Thursday evening meeting. Should we go in for an extra group, or should we just mix and match in all the other different groups? So please express your opinions in the chat column. Now, Mr. Daniel, आपका हारमोनियम तैयार है?
नहीं, वो नहीं एक्चुअली, मैं तैयार हूँ.
आए शाबाश. ओके, चलिए शुरू कीजिए. जय बाबा to you, sir. This man has taken special trouble to get up early and attend this meeting. Credit goes to him. And sorry, one more important announcement. Yesterday was our president, Mr. Hoshang Dadachandji's 91st birthday. Such a young fellow we have for our president. So all of us, we will try and sing happy birthday towards the end of the session. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Jai Baba. Um, yeah, where do I begin? I see Vinod Kilnani in the group, and I just wanted to say special Jai Baba to Vinod Uncle, who I had the privilege to live in Meherabad 2019 and live with him and miss him very much. I don't know if he's on mute or whatever, but wanted to say hello. तो मैं frankly बात करता हूँ, actually मुझे ये virtual events जब से कोरोना start हुआ, मैं इनसे mostly दूर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरा I don't know इतना connection नहीं होता virtual से, but जब Janice का message आया, she'd asked me to come and speak here. I felt like an intuition कि मैं आ जाऊँ. मेरी story मेरे बाबा के साथ जो भी connection है, मैं share करूँगा. I don't know, like I hope कि लोगों को कुछ ना कुछ, you know, उनके बाबा की लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ असर आएगा या इफेक्ट आएगा या I don't know. So but बाबा को लेके मेरी जो स्टोरी है वो मेरे बचपन में स्टार्ट होता है. मेरी फैमिली जो है वो हम लोग क्रिश्चियन है, सदर्न बैप्टिस्ट, जो एक काफी ऑर्थोडॉक्स टाइप की क्रिश्चियनिटी है हमारे साउथ कैरोलिना में. मेरा स्टेट जो है नेटिव स्टेट. और my parents are not Baba lovers. No one in my family is a Baba lover. But my mother is a strong lover of God, and बचपन से उसका Jesus के साथ जो connection था had a large effect on me. But एक चीज थी कि हमारे चर्च में वो लोग हमको सुनाते रहते थे कि अगर तुम जीसस को नहीं मानते कि जीसस is the only son of God, अगर ये बात नहीं मानते तो मरने के बाद नरक में जाए. और ये
guaranteed, I mean, did they give a guarantee there? नरक में जाने को गारंटी दिया?
और ये बात को मानने के लिए हमारे पास ऑन एवरेज क्या 60 70 80 इयर्स है ना. और फिर उसके बाद हमेशा तक नरक या हेवन, इसी फैसले के ऊपर. ये मेरे फैमिली की टाइप के क्रिश्चियनिटी जो मुझे बचपन से ही जमा नहीं. और तो एक दिन हम चर्च गए थे संडे सुबह सुबह, ये बात चल रही थी चर्च में, और वो लोग they would like congregation के सामने preacher जो थे वो बोलते थे कि if there's anyone who wants to accept Christ as their Lord and Savior, they can come forth. पूरा सीन बनाता था, like आगे आते थे, people would say कि I accept Jesus, सब रोते थे, ये वो करते थे. And I think उनका experience real था, but मैं as a child I was always like ये चक्कर क्या है, like Jesus का, like Jesus को मानना. God is infinite. And ये जो बोल रहे हैं I don't agree with, because उस टाइम मेरे स्कूल में मेरे मुस्लिम दोस्त थे, मेरे हिंदू दोस्त थे, मेरे जूइश दोस्त थे, मेरे बुद्धिस्ट दोस्त था. तो एक संडे चर्च के बाद मैं घर आके मम्मी से पूछा कि प्रीचर बोल रहे कि मरने के बाद अगर लोगों को जीसस को नहीं मानते तो नरक में जाएंगे, तो सोना का क्या होगा जो मेरा हिंदू दोस्त है, तौहीद का क्या होगा जो मेरा मुस्लिम दोस्त था, खायल का क्या होगा जो जूइश है. और मेरी मम्मी ने बोला कि नहीं वो लोग अच्छे इंसान हैं तो नरक नहीं जाएंगे. And I was like, अगर अच्छे इंसान भी heaven जाएंगे तो why is it so important that people accept Jesus, only Jesus? And उसी रात I don't know सपने में था या मेरा imagination, but मैंने अंदर से visualize किया कि आसमान में कहीं heaven में बादल थे, you know, and there were all these angels. And in a circle, like all holding hands, दुनिया के अलग-अलग religion के लोग, imam, पंडित, preacher, सब हाथ मिलके खड़े थे, और God सबके साथ था. और ये बहुत ही vivid था मेरे लिए, और मैं मतलब छोटा बच्चा था, like 5-6 years का था. And also उसी time, ये सब बाबा से connected है मेरे बचपन के stories. उसी time हमारी family की खेत थी, like 1500 acres का tree farm, हम लोग pine trees का प्रोडक्शन करते थे, और बहुत ही बड़ा जमीन थी. एंड हमारा वहाँ पे 4-wheelers, I don't know 4-wheelers है इंडिया में या नहीं, बट लाइक ATV, all terrain vehicles. तो मैं उस पे बैठ के अकेले में घूमता था बहुत, फॉरेस्ट में जाके या कहीं भी, और बहुत टाइम अकेले में स्पेंड भी किया एज अ चाइल्ड. बट हमेशा मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि कोई था मेरे साथ, और मैं उसको इमेजिनरी फ्रेंड जैसे समझा, उसको नाम भी देता था अलग अलग, उसको पहचान भी दिया करता था, बट कुछ ना कुछ प्रेजेंस था मेरे साथ. तो फिर फास्ट फॉरवर्ड around the time I was 18, I started getting, because of this Christianity I grew up with and being told all these things and feeling like it had no spiritual value of like actually experiencing God and knowing God, I started exploring other things, and I read, started reading the Gita, I started reading the Upanishads, and I found this book, Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramhansa Yogananda. And I read that book and it had a very large impact on me, seeing the pictures of the yogis, these people in samadhi, in deep contemplation. I felt कि like मेरा connection है उसके साथ. और उसके जो भी stories थे, well, he was from Kolkata. His stories of like India at that time and his childhood, I felt a very strong connection to. And so I started learning this Kriya Yoga practice, started meditating every day. And I'm 18, 19 years old. मेरे सारे दोस्त party कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं. उनका कोई ये नहीं है कि हम बैठ के meditation करें या कुछ भी ऐसा. So I became sort of like, you know, मैं अलग से रहता था. And कुछ 2 साल तक मैं सुबह सुबह काम पे जाता था, घर आके 2-3 घंटे meditation किया करता था. उसके बाद जो भी books, गीता, उपनिषद, वो type मैं सोने तक पढ़ते रहता था. And मैं बहुत ही अंदर घुस गया. उसके साथ मेरा spiritual ego बहुत ही बढ़ गया. And I was starting to feel like I'm different than everybody else, and you know, all this thing was going on, and I was starting to push away the world. You know, I was starting to push away meeting people, doing things, because I felt it was distracting me from my sadhana. And around that time, I moved to a new city, and हमारे यहाँ पे एक Craigslist है. I think India में उसका मेरे फ्रेंड ने बताया था अभी क्या है, OLX जैसा है, जिसमें like job listings है. तो मैं नया शहर का मैं देखने लगा कि क्या है jobs के लिए. उस टाइम तक मैं इटालियन रेस्टोरेंट में काम कर रहा था, डिशवॉशर का काम कर रहा था, फिर उसके बाद पास्ता बनाना सीख लिया. ऐसे ही पैसे कमाने के लिए जब मैं पढ़ाई कर रहा था तो साइड पे रेस्टोरेंट में काम करने लगा. तो मैंने सोचा कि चलो ठीक है, रेस्टोरेंट में थोड़ा पार्ट टाइम काम लेके आगे देखते हैं क्या है. तो नया शहर का नाम डाल के रेस्टोरेंट जॉब्स डाल के सबसे पहले ये आया कि चाय पानी रेस्टोरेंट ओपनिंग, हायरिंग ऑल पोजीशंस. एक्चुअली इसको बताने के लिए थोड़ा पीछे जाते हैं कि मेरा एक फ्रेंड था बचपन से, एंड उसकी पड़ोसी जो थी वो बाबा लवर थी. तो उसके घर के बाहर एक्चुअली उसके विंडो में बाबा की फोटो थी, और बाबा का शक्ल बिल्कुल मेरे दूसरा फ्रेंड के बाप का शक्ल जैसा था. एंड आई वाज लाइक, इट लुक्स लाइक एलिया's डैड, लाइक बहुत ही फेमिलियर लग रहा था. तो मैं सोचा कि इसलिए एलिया के डैड जैसे लगता है वैसे ही मेरा लाइक रिकग्निशन है उसको. बट वो लेडी काफी लाइक इवन हमारे मर्टल बीच के बाबा कम्युनिटी में लाइक सब उसको पागल समझते थे. वो शी इज पास्ड अवे नाउ. आई थिंक उसको स्किज़ोफ्रेनिया था या कुछ मेंटल डिसऑर्डर था, बट उसका लाइक बहुत ही स्पिरिचुअल पावर था. लाइक बहुत लाइक दुनिया उसको पागल समझते हैं, बट आई थिंक कि बाबा के बहुत ही पास थी. एंड शी टोल्ड अस अबाउट बाबा, बट उस टाइम मैं रेडी नहीं था बाबा का नाम सुनने के लिए. मैं सोच कि ये लेडी पागल है. और बाबा का बुक्स भी दिया, मैंने एक ले लिया, रखा, थोड़ी बहुत पढ़ लिया. बट मैं उस टाइम योगानंदा का योगा कर रहा था, तो मेरा कनेक्शन नहीं हुआ. और बाबा जो बुक मेरे पास था बाबा का, उसमें मेडिटेशन का जिक्र नहीं था. तो मुझे लगा कि ये सीरियस बाबा नहीं है, क्योंकि सीरियस लोग मेडिटेशन करते. और तो फिर थोड़ा भूल गया, छोड़ दिया. ये इंटरव्यू मिल गया चाय पानी में, और मैं आया था इंटरव्यू देने के लिए. और जिसने मैं इंटरव्यू लिया, he said, first thing he said to me is, my name is Meher Rani. और मैं चौंक गया. I was like, एक मेहर बाबा करके इंडिया में, उसका नाम भी मेहर रानी है. और वो हंसने लगे. And he like looked back, you know, like his wife is behind him, and he's like, who is this guy, you know? And he's like, yeah, Meher Baba, my father is Meher Baba's nephew, and ये सब लोग जो है वो Baba lovers हैं. And I was like, Baba lover क्या है? मुझे मालूम नहीं था. I knew that lady followed Meher Baba, but I didn't know कि Baba lover की कोई चीज है. People love Baba. And I started to meet all of these people who were associated with Chai Pani, We opened the restaurant, and by Baba's grace, we were very successful. And one of them was Meherwan's mother, Amrit. She had come to the US to teach us Indian cuisine. And, the first few days I'm sitting there with her talking about the difference between Kashmiri chili and Bedigi chili, or we're making chapatis, or, we're learning how to make shira, suji ka halwa, all these things we're doing. And I was immediately, and Baba ka photo tha kitchen mein, the one in, I think it's Mahabaleshwar Panchgani, that Arthur's seat. Baba's got his arms up on the railing. And Baba ki aankhon mein jo ronak tha, like, really affected me. वो photo को देख के, and I was like, ये नौकरी सही होगी क्योंकि बाबा है. But I don't think ये conscious thought था, but था. तो फिर अमृत थी उस time, and training के time में हम लोग सुबह से खाना बना रहे थे, Indian खाना. I remember that day we made chole bhature, and we made this chole bhature, and then just जो serving staff थे वो लोग आके खाने को taste कर रहे थे, खाने के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, ताकि जब restaurant खुल जाए तो अब customers को समझा सकते थे. तो मैं अमृत के सामने बैठा हूँ, और मैंने अमृत आंटी से पूछा कि आप जब बाबा के प्रेजेंस में थी तो कैसे लगता था. और कसम से आज तक मुझे याद ही नहीं उसने क्या बोला, पर उसकी आंखों में जो चेंज हुआ जब हम लोग मिर्ची को लेके कुछ बात कर रहे थे, और मैंने बाबा का पूछा कि बाबा के साथ उसका प्रेजेंस में रहना कैसा लगता था, उसकी आंखों में जो चेंज हुआ वो मुझे बहुत ही अफेक्ट कर दिया. और like I said, I don't remember what she said, but I remember the feeling of almost Baba's presence coming. And I think she said something about like when a bee sees a beautiful flower, how the bee is attracted, and there's nothing the bee can do to stop itself from going to this flower. Paisa tha Baba ki presence mein. And slowly I began to get interested. Discourses le liya, usko pad liya. But jo sare Baba lovers the, जो चाय पानी के ग्रुप में थे, मोस्टली वो बाबा लवर के बच्चे थे, like long time 70s जो इंडिया आए थे इस फर्स्ट गैदरिंग में, वो टाइम के मर्टल बीच के बाबा लवर्स उनके बच्चे थे. तो हमारे मर्टल बीच के सहवाज में they had come and they were part of the Baba community. But उन लोगों का की जिंदगी जैसी थी उस टाइम कि like I was saying, they're partying, doing all this, and मैं एकदम serious था अपने साधना में. So I was like, इन लोगों को देख के मैं बाबा को जज भी किया कि ये कैसा बाबा है, उनके लोग कुछ भी करते हैं. They don't want to sit and talk about like the planes, they don't want to talk about, creation and how it happened and God speaks and all this stuff. So I was like, I sort of dismissed Baba along with them. But Baba का खेल कैसा है कि, धीरे धीरे तुम आपके दिल के अंदर घुस जाते हैं. And slowly ऐसे कुछ experiences होने लगे कि बाबा मेरे दिल के अंदर like उसका presence जगा दिया. And I had the good fortune to travel to India in 2011 for the first time, and I went to Samadhi and had a very strong experience in Samadhi and stayed for 6 months, read many Baba books at that time, and came back. And slowly I found myself becoming more and more interested in Baba. And when I read God Speaks, my experience with Baba changed entirely. And I had this experience one day after reading, I was in the middle of reading God Speaks. And I had tried to read it before with no success, but this time I read it out loud. So I would sit and I would read the pages out loud, and that helped me understand. And also for anyone who does have trouble with God Speaks, if you go on YouTube and you type in God Speaks, the theme of creation, there's a documentary that someone, I think maybe the Sufis have made on God Speaks. And it really helps a lot with reading the book because it explains all of the stages of creation and the planes and all these things with visuals and makes it easy to understand. So I'd watched that and then I got interested. I'm reading the book. And all of these things are becoming very vivid for me. And I'm sitting one day, and मेरे computer के पास बाबा का photo था. प्रेम आश्रम के time जब टोका में थे, तो I think the प्रेम आश्रम boys had dressed Baba as Krishna and taken a photograph. And it's a very beautiful photograph. Baba looks, so beautiful. I'm looking at this picture, and all of a sudden, I realized I was overwhelmed with this feeling कि when I was a little kid, जो presence मैं feel किया करता था मेरे साथ, वो बाबा था. और जो vision मैंने देखा as a child कि सारे religion के लोग हाथ मिलके कहीं आसमान में खड़े, वो बाबा ने दिया था. And जो चीज जिसके ऊपर मैं meditate कर रहा था, जिसको पाने की कोशिश कर रहा था, it was there in Baba. And I think उस टाइम तक मेरा ख्याल कुछ ऐसा था कि मेहर बाबा या मेहरबानी रानी इतना बड़ा इंसान है, इतना महान आत्मा है कि he is like God, like वो God को attain किया. And I realized कि जो हकीकत है वो actually उसका उल्टा है, कि हकीकत जो है, God जो है, वो मेहर बाबा है. It's not कि मेहर बाबा इतना great ही वो God है. It's that God is मेहर बाबा. And इतना simple change हुआ मेरे मन में, and immediately बाबा को accept कर लिया. और उसके बाद वो टाइम आया, वो honeymoon phase आया, सब इश्क, मोहब्बत, फूल, तितलियां, like you know, everything's beautiful. like ये होने लगा. और मस्त टाइम था, एकदम मस्त टाइम था. And but you know कि बाबा कैसा है कि कहीं ना कहीं तुम्हारी जिंदगी को एकदम बर्बाद कर देता है. And वो टाइम भी हुआ, वो टाइम भी चालू है. And so but what's happened is, like with coronavirus, it made me realize that you know, I've been to India, I don't know, 15 times. I've spent years of my life in Meherabad, you know, in Mandali Hall, in Samadhi, in Sevas groups, talking with people, and building this very strong, you know, outward connection with Baba and with Baba places and with Baba people. And it wasn't until you know pandemic start हो गया कि मैंने realize किया कि मैं इन चीजों से कितना attached हूँ और मैं कितना depend भी करता हूँ उनके ऊपर. और जब इंडिया आने का बंद हो गया, समाधि बंद हो गया, events यहाँ पर भी बंद हो गए, then मेरा बाबा के साथ connection भी काफी suffer हुआ, because I think I depended on those things a lot to connect with Baba. And then I started thinking कि बाबा ने जब शरीर छोड़ दिया तो लोगों के लिए कैसा था. मुझे बस इंडिया आने का नहीं मिल रहा है, you know, समाधि नहीं जा सकते. But जो लोग बाबा के फॉर्म से attached हो गए, उसके you know physical presence से attached हो गए, जब बाबा ने शरीर छोड़ दिया तो मतलब कैसे रहते थे. And here I am, you know, struggling with the fact that I can't go to samadhi, or I can't, you know, be in a Sevas group. I can't sit late night, you know, somewhere in Meherabad and listen to people, you know, sing bhajans and all this stuff. Like, and it forced me to look for Baba inside. Same way, all the people who knew Baba when he dropped the body said that after he dropped the body, they were forced to find Baba within. The same thing happened with me. And it sort of has come full circle from this time where I was very inwardly focused, doing meditation. And then finally I realized, you know, that Baba is who he says he is. He is the Avatar, he is God in human form. And he showed me that real sadhana is not, you know, abandoning the world. Real sadhana is not, you know, दुनिया को छोड़ के कहीं जाके बैठो, meditation करो, ये कोई भी कर सकता है. Real sadhana यह है कि तुम्हारी जो daily life है, तुम्हारी जो भी जिम्मेदारियां हैं, तुम्हारे relationships जो है, उसको निभाना, उसको ढंग से करना, और साथ ही साथ बाबा को याद करके करना, ये सबसे बड़ा साधना है. और सूफी लोग कहते हैं कि गफलत की चीज जो है, यानी कि नेग्लिजेंस, ये सबसे बड़ा पाप है. कि आप किसी को मारें, किसी कुछ भी करो जो लाइक हम समझते हैं कि ये सिंस है, ये पाप है, ये गुनाह है. बट एक्चुअली इन सब के ऊपर सबसे बड़ा पाप है कि हम एक घड़ी के लिए भी, एक पल के लिए बाबा का प्रेजेंस के निगलेक्ट करते हैं या भूल भी जाते हैं. तो आई थिंक मेरी पूरी जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा लेसन यह है, मेरे साधना या मेरे बाबा के साथ जो भी कनेक्शन है, इसका मेन पॉइंट यह ही कि मैं बाबा को भूलूं नहीं. क्योंकि बाकी सब बदलते रहता है, मेरा साधना बदलते रहता है, मेरे रिलेशनशिप्स बदलते रहे, मेरा काम या जो भी है मेरी लाइफ में. दुनिया अभी देखो, कोरोना आया, आई डोंट थिंक हम सब के इमेजिनेशन में ऐसा कभी आया कि हम समाधि नहीं जा सकते, या ऐसा काल आएगा जिसमें हम मिल भी नहीं सकते? एंड the only constant, एक ही चीज है इसके पहले, इसके दौरान, इसके बाद, जो सेम है, और वो है बाबा का प्रेजेंस. एंड बाबा का प्रेजेंस is formless, is infinite, is here now. And for me, Baba's presence is almost more important than Baba. I remember Meherwan Jaswala saying that Baba had told him, if I remember this correctly, Baba had told him, my name is more powerful than I am. And if you remember Meherwan Jaswala, his mouth was always moving with Baba's name. You'd see him talking to someone sitting. Any moment he was idle, his mouth was, taking Baba's name. Baba, Baba, Baba. And so I think, that's what I wanted to share, is that Baba's name, Baba's presence is beyond our conceptions of Baba. It is beyond these groups. These groups are amazing. I feel so honored to be here. I feel rejuvenated from even being, like I said, Baba logon ke saath aise moment share karna, like काफी rejuvenating hai. But yeah, वही share करना था मेरी experience से कि बाबा का presence पकड़ो. बाबा का presence बाबा का दामन ही है. And यहाँ पर Charles Haynes है. Charles Haynes is the son of Jane Haynes, who was part of the Meher Center. Charles Haynes came to the East-West gathering as a young child. And हमारे America के Baba community में काफी, senior member है. And he told us that Baba had told him, when you hold my daman, you don't hold with one hand. You have to hold with both hands. And Baba would do this gesture, कि दोनों हाथों से पकड़ो दामन को, क्योंकि अगर एक हाथ भी छूट जाए दूसरा है, और जब तक एक ही हाथ से पकड़ा हुआ है दूसरा हाथ खाली है, और वो हाथ क्या करेगा कुछ भरोसा नहीं है, वो हाथ कहीं और जाएगा, कोई दूसरा चीज को पकड़ लेगा. तो बेस्ट है कि दोनों हाथों से पकड़े. And yeah, so that's my experience with Baba, is that Baba's presence now, not tomorrow, not when the samadhi opens, not yesterday, not in the past. It's now. It's here. And the only thing that matters, the only real sadhana, is experiencing Baba's presence now. कल का क्या होगा हमको कुछ पता भी नहीं है, and यही पल है, यही moment है, ये बाबा है, ये मोहम्मद बाबा ने हमको दिया. मैं कितना लकी फील करता हूँ. मेरे जो भी मेरी उम्र के बाबा लवर के फ्रेंड्स हैं, हम यही बात करते रहते हैं कि हम कितने लकी है कि हम मेहर बाबा के सेवाज में, like, उसके जाने का मौका मिल गया हमको. We've been able to go to Samadhi, that we have even Baba's photograph in my room, right here. अगर ये नहीं होता, I would be completely lost. Whether I feel मेरा बाबा के साथ connection feel हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, like, बाबा है मेरे साथ. बाबा का फोटो मेरे रूम में है, and मेरे पास यही है. like, बाकी सब जो भी मैंने मेडिटेशन से पाया या किया या पढ़ा बुक्स में, वो कुछ भी नहीं है. उसका वैल्यू ही इतना नहीं है, like, जितना मैंने बाबा के प्रेजेंस से एक्सपीरियंस किया. So अंकल, I don't know और क्या बोलना है इसके बाद.
बहुत सस्ते में निकल जाना चाहते हो तुम. डैनियल, अभी जो लास्ट में आपने बताया कि ये मेडिटेशन वगैरह कुछ काम नहीं, or whatever, I don't know what you mentioned, but ऐसे कुछ बोला. What I feel is कि good or bad वो तो हमें नहीं पता, लेकिन it was part of your preparation.
Absolutely. And I feel कि it was part of my preparation, and आगे जो भी है, वो भी बाबा के हाथ में है. I think मेरा meditation से attachment जो था, वो कुछ भी नहीं है.
And bilkul. And another thing that impresses me about you is, kya bataun, the sincerity and the love that you have for Meher Baba at this age. When I was your age, although I was born in a Baba lovers family, etc., etc., I was a yo-yo. I didn't much care about Meher Baba and stuff like that. And when you mentioned, hold on to Baba with both your hands, it touched me so much. It was as though the message was for me. Through you, the message was for me. And this unique reason that you came out with, okay, the other hand, if it's vacant, it may catch something else. that was really too good. In the beginning of your talk, you paid your respects to Vinod Khilnani, and that impressed me a lot. Most of us Baba lovers, most of us, I'm talking about my age group, not your age group. हम लोग जो है अब we are reaching towards the end of our journey kind of thing.
ऐसा मत बोलना।
It's a fact. अभी खींच के कितना खींचे बॉस. So the onus lies on you and your generation. And of course, खुदा का काम हमेशा करता है. His work never stops. He will, like he picked on you today to speak, and he did a wonderful job through you. You spoke so well. And pata nahi, I just don't know what to say. कि being a American, आप इतने इंडियनाइज कैसे हो गए, यही मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा है.
ये तो पहले जन्म का ही असर होगा.
बिल्कुल. Now you hit the nail.
100% होगा, like 100%. तो कोई शक नहीं है. और मैं actually एक बार लगून कैबिन है मर्टल बीच सेंटर में, जहाँ पर बाबा लोगों को दर्शन दिया करते थे. एक सेवा प्रोग्राम में मैं उधर अकेले में बैठने लगा. Or there are these books, I can't remember what they're called. They're large books and they're just photographs of Baba. They're out of print now, but they have an NPR, and I'm looking through them, and I was just hit with this feeling of absolute certainty कि मैंने कहीं ऐसे बड़ा दर्शन प्रोग्राम में कहीं भीड़ में बाबा के साथ eye contact किया. Like बहुत ही strong feeling था. And I think कि ऐसा possible है कि मैं like कोई गरीब farmer था, like भीड़ में ऐसा लड़ के बाबा के पास आने की कोशिश कर रहा था, और like बाबा just looked at me, you know. इतना ही like 1 second दिया मुझे just. And ये imagination भी हो सकते, सच भी हो सकते, क्या मालूम. But I do think some Indian connection is there in my past lives. It's inevitable.
अभी तो इंडियन खाना भी खाते हो अभी.
खाता भी हूँ, बनाता भी हूँ, और इंडिया में मेरा दिल लगता है. इंडिया में मेरा दिल भी लगता है, और मेरा इंडिया ना आने का मेरे लिए काफी मुश्किल है, बहुत ही मुश्किल. क्या? Sorry, I didn't get you. मैं बोल रहा था कि मेरा इंडिया में दिल लगता है, एंड अभी इंडिया आने का बंद है हमारे लिए. मैं टूरिस्ट वीजा पे ही आता हूँ, मेरा कोई OCI ना ये नहीं है. तो you know, not being able to be in India is very difficult for me. And you know, India ko leke, like my favorite place in India is obviously Samadhi and Meherabad, and to not be able to physically be there is very painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. We all go through this pain. Yes. We all experience this pain. But like you said, now we have to search him within us. Okay, folks. Anybody wants to ask questions to young man, Mr. Daniel? Please raise your hands.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Peachy Peach. This is Ram Nori.
Jai
Can
Baba
you
Ram.
hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Who else calls you Peachy Peach? Besides me, nobody else, right? So
Only you.
yeah, yeah. It's, thanks for sharing. Your side of the story. We enjoyed it. So thank you very much. So is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's good. I saw you come on video chat for a second, and you got a nice mustache going. Looks great.
It's all gone now. Slowly, I'm going to take off this one too.
No, keep it. Looks good.
Yeah. Good. Nice seeing you, buddy.
Yeah, miss you, Uncle. Yeah, see you soon.
Yeah. I want to share one thing. I used to cook, stuff. I would take a picture and send it to Daniel.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, we can see you soon in India.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. I'll let others ask questions. Okay.
Dilshad and Yasmin have raised the hands. Dilshad, can
Go
you
ahead.
speak up?
Yeah, the ones who did it first gets a first preference. Go ahead. Janice?
Jai Baba, Sam Uncle, Janice,
Yeah.
everyone. Jai Baba Daniel. This is
Hi,
Dilshad Kapadia from Mumbai. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Daniel, I just am aghast at the way you have managed to speak in Hindi, because it's not just knowing the language, but you have kind of, you bring out all the nuances. So question number one, how did you manage to learn it so well? Not just kind of, just a grip on it, but totally mastered it. That's number one. Number two, you said something about Mirwan Jasawala and Baba's name being more important than his presence, if I mistake not. If you can please elaborate on that, or if I'm wrong, correct me on that. I would love to hear more on this, because this is the first time I'm hearing that. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us.
Hi, yeah, nice to meet you virtually. Your second question I'll start with. I heard this from Alan Wagner, who it's not my recollection is not that Mehran Jaswala said that his name is more important than his presence. I think in some ways his name is his presence. His name is his way of acknowledging his presence now. My understanding is that Baba told Mehran, my name is more powerful than I am. That Baba said, my name is more powerful than I am. And I don't know what that means. I mean, Baba said a lot of cryptic things. He said a lot of things that, we still don't understand, But I do know from my experience with Mehran Jaswala that he was always taking Baba's name. And he was always, even when he was talking and doing things, he was engaged with repeating Baba's name. And so that's all I know there. And I'd love if anyone finds more information about that to share it. But I know that it's true because when it was said to me, I felt it, and my experience with Baba has always been that and I think we all can agree with this, that when we hear something true, it touches us in a place that's beyond the mind. And while the mind may wonder, when was this said, who said it, and maybe it wasn't even said, when we feel it in the depths of our soul that it's true, it is true. So that's all I know about that. And then regarding Hindi, I started learning from a book in 2009 called Teach Yourself Hindi, which I bought completely randomly like ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि मुझे हिंदी सीखने का मन था. मैंने बस देखा बुक्स, यूज बुक स्टोर था सैन फ्रांसिस्को में, और वहाँ पे शेल्फ पर था एक बुक, टीचर्स हेल्प हिंदी, और मैंने ले लिया. फिर छोड़ दिया. फिर 6 महीने के बाद उसको थोड़ा देखने लगा, और उसका जो देवनागरी का जो अल्फाबेट है वो सीखने लगा. एंड देन चाय पानी का नौकरी आई और सब कनेक्ट हो गया. लाइक बाबा ने सारे पीसेस दे दिया, और बाबा ने मुझे हिंदी दे दी. लाइक मैं बचपन से स्पेनिश सीख रहा हूँ, मैं अभी भी सीख रहा हूँ. मैं स्पेनिश बोलने वालों के साथ काम करता हूँ रेस्टोरेंट में, मैं रोज स्पेनिश में बात करता हूँ, और मेरा स्पेनिश ठीक है, चलता है. बट हिंदी कैसी आई मेरी जिंदगी में, लाइक 1.5 साल में हिंदी आई थिंक फ्लुएंसी से आ गई. एंड मुझे हिंदी से मोहब्बत हो गई, हिंदी उर्दू से. लाइक आई फेल इन लव विद देम बिकॉज हिंदी और स्पेशली उर्दू में जो बातें हैं वो इंग्लिश में नहीं होती. यानी चाहे वो खुदा के लिए या इश्क को लेके जो अल्फाज है, हमारे जुबान में वो अल्फाज नहीं है. We just have this word God, we just have this word love. There's not this nuance that is available in those languages. And especially Urdu शायरी, कवाली, ghazals, जो बातें हैं वो कुछ और ही है. And because of that, I was inspired.
Thank you. And the fact that you use words like alfaz and Devanagari, I'm getting a complex. Thank you, Daniel.
जो भी मेरी बातें सुन रहे हैं, अपने जुबान को छोड़ना मत. इंग्लिश का राज आया इंडिया में, like they colonized India. आपके ऊपर उनकी जुबान भी थोप दिया, but हिंदी उर्दू को जिंदा रखे. अच्छे languages हैं.
Daniel, there are 2 more people asking. They will be asking you, but my request to you would be, अगर आपको कोई एक अच्छी गजल याद आवे, एक अच्छी सी.
Daniel, the Sevas Ghazal, do you remember?
Who's this?
Janice here.
Hi,
the
Jan.
Sevas Ghazal, if you remember.
शबे हिजरा वो दम बदम याद आए.
Yes. You had sung 1-2 stanzas, so I thought you can.
Yeah.
If you wish to.
शबे हिजर वो. शबे हिजरा मने. Actually, I want to explain the lyrics first. I mean, I don't know. Fluency is in Hindi, Urdu, obviously is there, but Urdu ko leke kafi, depth hai. There's some uncommon words. Shabe Hijra matlab the night, the eve of separation. Hijra, separation. Judai. Shabe Hijra wo dam badam yaad aaye. बहुत याद आकर भी कम याद आए. अदू उनको पहरे करम याद आए. या अदू मतलब दुश्मन, तो पहरे करम या अदू माने दुश्मन. अदू उनको पहरे करम याद आए. करम देने वाले समय उसको दुश्मन याद आए. सितम आजमाने को हम याद आए. इसके बाद क्या आता है? I'll see what I can remember. It's a little rusty. It's been a while.
Doesn't matter.
Shabe hijr wo dam badam yaad aaye. Shabe hijr wo dam badam yaad aaye. Shabe hijr wo dam badam yaad aaye. शबे हिजर वो दम बदम याद आए. सितम आजमाने को हम याद आए. सितम आजमाने को हम याद आए. अदू उनको पहरे करम याद आए. अदू उनको पहरे करम याद आए. अदू उनको पहरे करम याद आए. सितम आजमाने को हम याद आए. भूल गया वो आगे वाला पार्ट एक्चुअली.
कोई बात नहीं.
नया वर्जन है, रीमिक्स है.
Yeah.
और एक है जमाना उन्हें याद करता है लेकिन जमाना उन्हें याद करता है लेकिन उन्हें याद आए तो हम याद आए।
वाह,
वो भूल गया वो।
कोई बात नहीं। It will
हाँ
come back.
भाई काफी ब्यूटीफुल गजल है वो। एक पार्ट बेदाद किया करता है पार्ट। हाँ ब्लैंक हो रहा है थोड़ा पर है इसका थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस करना नेक्स्ट टाइम आके करेंगे अच्छी तरह से।
जरूर जरूर करेंगे, जरूर करेंगे। एनीबडी, वो जो क्वेश्चन वाले थे, क्वेश्चन एनीबडी?
Yes, Yasmin and Ram.
ओके,
Yasmin, Haralwala, you.
Jai Guru also, because we share the same Guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, and you taken Kriya Yoga initiation, and it was after that that I came to Baba. But when we meditate, we are trying to see God within, right? That is the process which Paramahansa Yogananda taught, that find God within yourself. And that is why he taught people meditation, to find God within themselves. And don't you think we've come full circle to that? After looking for Baba everywhere in Samadhi, in Mandali Hall, with Mandali, with Baba lovers, with Zoom meetings, with books and all, we eventually have to maybe go and find Baba within ourselves. And don't you think that meditation helps you to find God's presence, to find Baba's presence within you?
You're kind of cutting out a little bit, so I'm having trouble hearing you. But I agree, and I'm not bashing meditation. I know it came across that way, and often I speak passionately and say extreme things. But my attachment to meditation and my attachment to my idea of what sadhana was, Baba ne usko mita diya, 100%. And meditation ka absolutely useful hai. मैं भी खुद meditation का practice लगाने की कोशिश करते रहता हूँ, and I think it's a very important thing. But yeah, I agree entirely.
Jai Baba. Janice, who's next?
Ram uncle.
Ram Nori, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. To answer what Daniel said, why Merwan Jaswala said, taking Baba's name is more powerful, than his presence. Because Baba himself did say that. He said, in my divine authority, when you take my name, during your death, you get salvation. So I think that may be the reason. So I can just take a guess at it. That may be the reason.
I remember reading somewhere where Baba said, I myself sometimes take my name.
Yeah.
Yes. I've read this somewhere. कि मैं खुद अपना नाम कभी-कभी लेता हूँ. Okay, Neelam Goel. नीलम
जय बाबा। जय बाबा। मैंने आपका बातें सुनी, मैं बहुत दिल से आपको धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ। बहुत ही सुंदर डेनियल जी आपने बताया, एक्सप्लेन किया बाबा के बारे में, और आपका प्यार जो बाबा के प्रति है, मैं चाहती हूँ कि बहुत आगे तक जाए बाबा के साथ, और बाबा आपको ब्लेसिंग्स दे। और मैं ये जानना चाह रही थी कि जब आपकी मदर को बाबा के बारे में पता चला, तो उनका कुछ बताएंगे थोड़ा सा?
Yes, I mean, Jai Baba. Actually, yeah, like मेरे parents ने notice किया कि बाबा के fold में आने के बाद मेरी जिंदगी में जो बदलाव आए, जो changes आए, obviously they could see कि ये ये तो कुछ है। और मेरा ट्रेडिशन है कि मेरा बर्थडे का दिन जो है, मैं फ्रेंड्स के साथ पार्टी नहीं करता, मैं एक्चुअली घर जाके मम्मी के साथ टाइम स्पेंड करता हूँ, या because उसने ही जन्म दिया. And तो जब you know, after I found out about Myrtle Beach Center, मेरी माँ मेरे साथ tradition start किया कि मेरे birthday के दिन हम दोनों साथ में center जाते हैं. कुछ 2 साल से हुआ नहीं, because almost 3 साल से because of Corona, and then 2019 I was in India. But उसके पहले she would come and she'd bring her Bible, and I explained to her clearly before she came कि बाबा का बाबा का कहना यह है कि he is the same one, he is the Avatar, and he came as Christ, he came as Muhammad, etc., etc. And I also warned her कि यहाँ के लोग मतलब थोड़ा पागल है, क्योंकि है, I'm being honest, like है. और अगर कोई बाहर से आए immediately and Myrtle Beach Center के लोगों के contact में आ गए तो भगा देंगे, I think mostly, like so I gave her all these warnings, and she came and she had an amazing experience, obviously, and I explained to her about Baba's explanations on reincarnation and the journey of the soul, and that has had a large impact on her. And she recently, about 5 years back, she left the church. She stopped going to church because she said कि वो लोग Christian है, but Jesus के लोग नहीं है, like Jesus के बंदे नहीं है. And तो उसका खुद का relationship बहुत strong है with Jesus, with God. I share Bible quotes with her. She loves them. She sends me, things from the Bible, the things she reads. And I know that while I say Meher Baba and she says Jesus, it's the same one, And I really feel like even an atheist, like if an atheist is sincerely going after truth, Baba is with them, like these names and forms we all know, they are useful, but they're not the truth. And one great analogy that just came to mind that I want to share is like when you think of a sign on the road, you're going somewhere, you're driving to Lonavala, okay, from Bombay, and you see the sign, when you reach the Ghats, whatever, turn here for Lonavala. It would be crazy for you to stop at the sign and uski Aarti utare and start doing its puja, sabko bulao ki ye Lonavala aa gaya, dekho Lonavala, no, and start forcing, people are going to Lonavala and you're telling them, no, Lonavala yahi hai, yahi pe hai, dekho Lonavala, right? So God ka form, chahe wo Meher Baba hai ya Jesus hai, ya mazhab, deen, religion, dharam jo bhi hai, it's like a sign. It's there to point you in the direction ki kahan jana hai, kahan tak pahunchna. But a lot of people in the world, in orthodoxy religions, in extremism, whether it's extremism in Islam and Christianity, whether it's extremism in politics from liberals or conservatives, it's the same thing. It's people thinking the sign is the destination, So my mom is, I think, close enough with God that when she heard of Meher Baba, even though everything in her life would have told her to deny Meher Baba and to be upset that, her son is following this person, she didn't. She was able to fit it into her understanding of God, which is remarkable. And in 2019, both of my parents came to India after a decade of me going, and they came to Samadhi, and they went inside. I'm not sure ki like sar jhukhaya ya touch kiya ya kya kiya. I think I wanted to give them space, so maine dekha nahi. But they've been to Samadhi, and mere papa jo hai, jo itna spiritual nahi hai, or he's kind of a tough type person. One night when we were there, I sang this bhajan, Baba Mata Pita, Baba Bandhu Sakha, at Samadhi, and I found out later from my friends who were there that my father was crying watching me sing. So, and I think the fact that my father has never said anything about Baba, never asked a question, knowing that my entire life is connected with Meher Baba, my job is connected to Baba, my friends, all this travel I do to India, the fact that he hasn't said something to me means that uske andar kuch to ho raha hai, aur Baba kuch na kuch chabi ghuma raha hai, I hope. So.
Very nice.
Daniel, that may have been your singing, man.
बहुत धन्यवाद.
That may have been your singing that made your dad cry. Oh
Yeah,
God,
it's so,
Daniel singing.
it's so bad, right?
Jai Baba, Jai. Okay, boss. Time for Marathi Aarti.
Everybody can hear me okay?
Yeah.
अवतार में बाबा की जय। जिथे कल्पना शब्द न जाती ऐसा परंपार नेती म्हणुने वेदही थकले महिमा तुझा पार मैं हर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती भी तुमची केली मणि निरंजन लावणी ज्योत मनाची मैं हर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती ही तुमची केली मणि निरंजन लावणी ज्योत मनाची धूप जालुनी दीप लावुनी पुष्पे अर्पुनी देवा पुष्पे अर्पुनी मोठेपण का मजला तुमचे तुम्हा देवोनी मैं हर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती ही तुमची केली मणि निरंजन लावणी ज्योत मनाची तुम्हीच कारक तुम्हीच तारक आदि तुम्ही अंती देवा आदि तुम्ही अंती तुमच्या सम हो तुम्हीच देवा दुसरी नाऊती देवा दुसरी नाऊती मैं हर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती ही तुमची केली मणि निरंजन लावणी ज्योत मनाची तुमची माया सर्व चराचर छाया ही तुमची देवा छाया ही तुमची अनंत तुम्ही थोड़ी नकले वर्णावी कैसी मैं हर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती ही तुमची केली मणि निरंजन लावणी ज्योत मनाची माझा मजला थावन महिमा सांगू तव कैसा महिमा सांगू तव कैसा अंग अपने मी गातो भजतो माझा भाव असा देवा माझा भाव असा मैं हर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती ही तुमची केली मणि निरंजन लावणी ज्योत मनाची कृपावंत तुम्ही असीम तुम्हा काय कुणी ध्यावे देवा काय कुणी ध्यावे एक मांगने स्मरण तुझे नित तव भरता भावे मैं हर अवतारा स्वीकारा आरती ही तुमची केली मणि निरंजन लावणी ज्योत मनाची Beloved Avatar, Meher Baba.
Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you, Daniel.
Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Daniel, what can I say? Nothing. जो कुछ बोलना था बोल, बाकी का सब कुछ keep it in silence. Folks, I hope you all have all enjoyed this evening. I don't know about the rest of you, but I, for one, पेट भर गया मेरा, पेट भर गया. And I hope, Daniel, if you can come on with some more stories some other Thursday evening, please do not hesitate to call on us, and we'll definitely put you on. Because it's not very often that we come across. I could use this word for you, this term. I will use it for you. And the term is Bande Khuda. Khuda ka banda hai tu. And it shows through and through. It shows, it comes out very clearly कि तुम एक अजीब मिट्टी से बने हुए हो. And that is all I can say. Anybody wants to say anything? Please go ahead. Sorry, I forgot. If Hoshang and Habobi are still around, can you please switch on your camera? Hoshang, Habobi, hello? Can you come in? Anyway, we just wish Hoshang a very happy birthday, which was yesterday, a belated birthday, but Jai Baba.
No, looks like Habobi auntie is still here.
Sam?
Habobi, okay. Hoshang is also there. Okay. Oh, it's the Dada Chanji. Jara Maidan mein aao.
Daniel, it was a wonderful show, and I'm surprised how you can speak such wonderful Hindi.
And Marathi.
And Marathi, Aarti. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Jai Baba. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Jai Mehr Baba to everybody.
Okay, let us all get together and sing a happy birthday to Hoshang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hoshang. Happy birthday to you. Avatar Mehr Baba Jai.
Sam, thank you very much.
Wait, you're not going to go away so easy. Folks, he is right now at Pune, but when he comes back to Bombay, he has promised to take us all out for lunch at the Taj. Jai Baba.
Sam, do you see Mehrukh standing behind Hoshang? She just ran away.
Oh, I didn't see.
Mehrukh was standing behind Hoshang uncle.
Hola.
So she can come on. She can. You can.
Arey wah, Mehrukh, wah. Jai Baba.
Hi, Daniel. Jai Baba. They're coming over to Chai Pani after this.
Oh, come. I heard from Meher. Meher is here in US and she's going to join us in the kitchen at the youth house as a volunteer.
Meher can take you up on your offer. And love to my Molly and Meherwan and all the whole big Baba group.
Of
Jai
course,
Baba.
I will share it. Yeah. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba dear.
Sam,
Haji.
I heard that today is Nanny's 90th.
Yes. Sorry. I'm so glad you reminded. Abhi, I'm so glad you reminded.
Somebody just told me and I sent her a message. I don't think she must be on the chat today. Otherwise she
No,
comes.
she's not on the chat, but on behalf of all of us,
For sure.
let us just pray to Baba and say ke Nan Umriga, may Baba keep you happy always.
Yes.
Healthy and happy always.
Yes.
And see, Hoshang and Nan are just one day away. That's the most amazing thing.
God bless.
and currently they are neighbors also.
Oh, is that how wonderful?
Yeah.
Oh, so then please do go up to her and wish her in person, and wish her on my behalf also when you meet.
All of us.
All of us, right. So nice. Thanks for reminding. Yes, it is her birthday today. Okay, Janice, you want to do the act of cruelty and end the meeting? Or do you want to?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Karlette. Thank you, Daniel, for joining us. And thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Mayor Baba, for
Thank you,
bringing
Baba.
us all together. And until we meet again next Thursday, let's just keep him with us. Pakadke, with both our hands.
Thank you, Daniel.
Daniel.
Hearts.
Right. Jai Baba, everybody.
Jai Baba.
Jai
Thank
Baba.
you. Thank you for organizing it.
Thank you. Jai Baba.
Hey, Baba.
I'll end the meeting for everyone. Take care. Stay safe. Baba Nikaba. Avatar, Meher Baba.